All right, guys, it is me, 80 Searches, guys. Today, we'll be doing our Champions League predictions, guys. So, as I said before, guys, we predict all the ranks for each team, guys. And without further ado, let's go and get started. So, Group A, guys, I'm going to have fourth in the group is going to be Club Brugge. They got some decent players. Obviously, you have Mingune, Dost, Otasi. These are the players that comes to mind, although I don't think they'll do anything special. This group is too difficult for them, and I see them finishing bottom of the group. Third in the group I have is going to be RB Leipzig. They got some decent players in there. You got Shobozazi, you have Dani Olmo, Poulsen, Nkunku, Mugiel, Alex Mariba. Got some decent, talented players. Jesse Marsch is the manager there, and I think he'll do relatively well. As I said, I don't think they'll be able to do it. I think this group is too difficult for them to get second or first. That said, though, this RB Leipzig team have done it against the odds. You should look at last season's group with Manchester United, so don't be surprised they get second in the group. That said, I think they're getting third. Second in the group I have is going to be PSG. Even though this PSG team is very, very good indeed. Obviously, they have some really amazing players. Obviously, they have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. That comes to mind. I still don't believe this team will do that well. I still think this team will choke and underperform as they typically do in the Champions League. And I see them finishing second in the group. I do think they'll have enough quality to at least get second. Okay, let me just say that right now. And the first in the group I have is Manchester City. And even though this Manchester City team have been perennial chokers in the Champions League as well compared to PSG, I think this Manchester City team is at least more experienced, and I think this Manchester City team is at least more or less the same as last season, and I feel that could be a huge, huge advantage, as well as Pep is a superior manager at Pochettino, and we saw how Manchester City outclassed PSG over the two legs last season Champions League semifinals. So I think for me, Manchester City will top this group. So to reiterate, I Manchester City first, PSG second, Leipzig third, Club Brugge fourth. Group B, guys, is a very interesting group. I'm going to go with and say right now, guys, I think Porto is finishing bottom. They got some decent players, obviously, in Taremi. You have Luis Diaz, Pepe, you have Marcin. It's a good team, guys. It's a good team indeed. It's just that I think this is too difficult a group for them. And I feel like they won't be able to replicate the wonders as they did last season. So I see them finishing fourth. Third in the group I have is going to be Milan. They got some really good players indeed. You obviously got Giroud, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Obviously, you have Magnan as well, Tonali as well. And I feel like this Milan team is going to do something special. They're going to do something special back. Remember, guys, this is the first time they've been in the Champions League since 2013. So let's see how they're able to do in this season's competition, man. It's going to be really interesting. Hopefully, Milan could do well. I hope for them, although I don't think they'll be able to do well. I think this is too difficult of a group for them to do anything else special. That said, though, there could be a surprise. There could be a surprise in this group, and they could maybe get second. Second in the group I have is going to be quite possibly a very controversial prediction, and that is Atletico Madrid. For me, I just feel like this, even though this Atletico Madrid team are rich in attacking depth, they got some really good players attacking-wise, I still don't think this Atletico Madrid team will do that special. We have seen them. They always find ways to underperform. I looked at last season in particular. They didn't do anything against Chelsea. And then against Leipzig, seriously? And then against Juventus, like, how have you not made the Champions League semifinals? You know, they haven't made the Champions League semifinals since 2016, 2017. It's been a very long time since they have made it there. And I just feel like for me, guys, I just think they'll underperform, guys. I just think they'll underperform once again. And I just don't think this Atletico Madrid are that great. You know, I really don't think so. So let's see, man. It's up for them to prove me wrong. And Simeone, you got to do this, man. I really think you guys should top this group. But as I said, I have a lot of doubt. I have a lot of reservations. And hence the reason why I don't think they'll top it. That said, though, anything can happen in this group. Okay? Moving on to top of this group, guys, I have it as Liverpool Football Club. I think this Liverpool Football Club is very, very much underrated. And when they're at Anfield, guys, they're a complete different beast. This Liverpool team at Anfield is a team you don't want to go to at Anfield, especially when you have a 3-0 lead from the first leg. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know that very, very well indeed. And this is a team that is very dangerous. Salah, Mane, and Firmino. I know Mane and Firmino have been doing pretty poorly as recently. That's it, though. If they can somehow inspire, if they can get into good form, I think they could put Liverpool in that seat conversation to win it. You also Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's slowly getting back into form. Virgil van Dijk, who's now fit. Robertson as well. Alisson Becker. This team, man, I feel like this team is very underrated, and that when this team can get all their players to click and keep all their players fit, then I think they can do something special. I think they can do something special. And I think they'll top this group. Guys. Group C, guys. Group C is a group of life. It's a group of life, guys. Anything can happen in this group. Group C, guys. I'm going to go ahead and Besiktas to finish the bottom of the group. Even though they got some decent players, obviously you have Batshuayi, you have Hutchinson, Kyle Lauren. You obviously also have Milan Pjanic as well, Gezi as well. I still think this Besiktas team, they'll finish bottom. That said, though, as I said, given how open this group is, don't be surprised to see them getting third. Because I think third is very doable for them. All right? But I'm going to say they finish bottom. Okay? Third in the group, I'm going to go is going to be Ajax. For me, guys, Ajax, man. Even though this team is really good, obviously, they got some really good players. Obviously, Berghaus. You always have Anthony Onana, Edson Alvarez, David Neres, Dusan Tadic, Sebastian Haller. I just feel like this Ajax team, they just underperform, guys. They've underperformed for a long time now. And I just feel like for me, even though this is a group that I do think they could get second in, I think it's very, very feasible. It's just that I just feel like for me, they're just going to underperform as usual. And as I said before, this is the type of team where I feel like for me, third is about the most realistic where I can see them. So, yeah, I'm sorry to say this to Ajax fans. It's up for them to prove me wrong, though. It's up for them to prove me wrong. So, yeah, man, Ajax, let's see how they do in the Champions League. Let's see how they do. Second in the group, guys, it is going to be Sporting Club de Portugal. I feel like this team could go in a very deep run in this competition. They got some really good players. Obviously, you have Pedro Gonçalves, Matheus Nunes, João Palhinha, Ruben Vinagre, Pablo Sarabia, Nunes Santos. It's a good team, guys. This is a really good team, guys, from Portugal. Remember, guys, they won the Liga NOS last season as well. So I think this team could do something special. And I think this team could be the sleeper pick and maybe go on a dark, deep run this season, Champions League. You know, they were my original contenders. So we'll see what they do, guys. We'll see what they do. And keep an eye on Sporting Club de Portugal, especially with Pedro Gonçalves, who is basically their Bruno Fernandes replacement, essentially. So let's see how they do, man. Let's see how they do indeed. Okay? And the first in the group I have is Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, I think Borussia Dortmund under Marco Reus, they have played a lot better football. They look a lot better indeed. And obviously, you have some insane players. You got Erling Haaland, Marco Reus, Jude Bellingham, Malen, Berkey, Hummels, Giorena, Mukuku, Kobel, Brandt, Hazard, Schmeiser. You have Witzel, Dahoud. It's a really good team, guys. And even though they did lose some big players this summer, obviously they lost Jadon Sancho. They also lost Götze as well. I still do believe that they could do something special. And I think they'll do something special, guys. And I think they'll be able to top this group. I think they at least should top this group, okay? So for Marco Reus, let's see what he does with this team. And obviously Marco Reus as well, not to mention. I probably already mentioned him already. So yeah, man. Group D, guys. Group D is basically the same group as last season, guys, with the exception of Sheriff. Sheriff is basically replacing Gladbach. And I'm going to say Sheriff gets ball in the group, guys. Even though it's the first time they're back, this is the first time they're ever in the Champions League, and it's a historic achievement indeed. I still don't believe they'll be able to do well. Obviously, you have Adama Traore, you have Arbaldo, Castande. And as I said, even though they did against the odds against Dinamo Zagreb, which I was a bit surprised with, and I did see the highlights, I still do believe it's too difficult a group for them to do anything special. That said, though, it could maybe be that team that, even though it's the easiest team on paper, it might be the most difficult to play against. So we'll see, man. We'll see what they do. But as I said, I think they're finishing bottom. Third in the group, I have Shakhtar Donetsk. I think Shakhtar Donetsk, they have some really good players. You have Pedrinho, Lassina, Traore, Salomon, Tete, Marlos, Piatov, Titinho, Fernando. Got some really good players indeed. And this team is a very underrated, guys. I think the Shakhtar team is a really good team, guys. And I feel like for me, this is the type of team that always does well in the Champions League. They always do well. They managed to qualify for the 6 seasons consecutively. And I feel like for me, their attack is really good. If they can keep their attack good. It's a defense for me that really worries me the most about this team. And that if they could do something special. Remember, guys, they did the double over Real Madrid last season. So let's see if they're able to do that again this season. So, yeah, man, as I said, I think they're getting third. Okay? Second in the group is going to be Inter Milan. They got some really good players indeed. Obviously, you have Christian Eriksen, Joaquin Correa, Lautaro Martinez, Edin Dzeko, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Denzel Dumfries, Alexis Sanchez, and obviously you have the new manager Inzaghi, and I think this Inzaghi could do something special with this team, you know. And unlike Antonio Conte, who is a Champions League flop, basically, Champions League underperformer, I feel like they have a better manager now that could do well in the Champions League. And I feel like this Inter team, they could do something special. I feel like this Inter team could do something special. And, you know, let's see how they do, man. I'm really curious to see how Lautaro Martinez will do in Europe. And let's see, man. Let's see what they can do. So I think Inter will get second in the group, guys. They'll finally make it to the round of 16, in my opinion. But let's see what they do, man. Because as I said, it's been a long time since we've seen them knock on stage. The Real Madrid atop this group. Real Madrid, I think they should top this group, obviously. They have some incredible players. And even though they have had a pretty rough summer this year, and as far as departures concerned, obviously losing Ramos and Varane, huge departures indeed. I still do think Ancelotti should be able to get the best out of this team. And I think this team should at least be able to get second in the group. Obviously, you have Camavinga, new addition to from Rennes. You have Benzema, Eden Hazard, Vinicius Jr., Gareth Bale, Luka Modric, Marcelo, David Alaba, another addition from Bayern Munich, Toni Kroos, Ferland Mendy, Federico Valverde, Isco, Casemiro. Then you have Eder Militao and Nacho. This Real Madrid team is a pretty good team, man. And I feel like for me, if they could get Benzema and Vinicius to really click together, guys, I feel like this Real Madrid team could do something special. Will they go on to win the Champions League? I don't think so, if I'm being completely honest. But then again, guys, it is Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. They have won the Champions League for the most times in the clubs, most times of any club in this Champions League. And so 13 times. So you can never really write off against them. And so Real Madrid, always a contender to win the Champions League. And so let's see what they do. Let's see what they do, guys. Group E, guys. It is our group, guys. This is a group that I'm not looking forward to. So let's just go ahead and quickly run down this. Group E, guys. I'm going to have the bottom of the group is going to be Dynamo Kiev. For me, they got some decent players. Obviously, you have Bouchon, who comes to mind. A very, very good goalkeeper. Had an insane performance against Barcelona last season in the Champions League. Obviously, Ramirez, Shevchenkov, Shukan. You got some decent players indeed. I don't think they'll do anything special. I think they're getting ball in the group, guys. They're getting ball in the group. Okay. Third in the group I have it is Benfica, guys. And I feel like for me, Benfica, man, it's a decent team indeed. Obviously, you have Everton, Soares, Yermin Chak, João Mario, Seferovic, Otamendi, Vertonghen, Darwin Núñez, Getza Fernandez. I still do believe this team should at least be able to get third. And let's see what they do. Let's see what they do indeed. So, yeah, man, Benfica, man, as I said, they always do tend to underperform when it comes to these European competitions. So let's see if that trend continues in this season's Champions League. Although this time around, I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see, though. We'll see. Second in the group I have it is going to be Barcelona, guys. It is my team here. I don't think we'll do anything special. I think we're getting second, guys. Obviously, the players to look out for Barcelona are Depay, Coutinho, Pedri. And by the way, I did a best Barcelona starting 11 in another video, so check that out. Fati as well. And firstly, guys, I just don't think we'll do anything special. I think we'll definitely at least get second in the group. But as far as top of this group is concerned, I don't think we're doing it. I don't think we're doing it. It's too difficult of a task. And so, yeah, let's see what they do. And let's see how this team does without Messi in the Champions League, you know. So it'll be really, really interesting to see what they do. First in the group, guys, I have it is Bayern Munich, guys. It is one of the best teams in the world, guys. And they have some insane players indeed. Always have Lewandowski, who comes to mind. Musiala, Thomas Müller, Sabitzer, Leroy Sané. And even though this Bayern team have somewhat changed ever since that game in Lisbon, I still do think it's a good team. Obviously, they still have most of the key players. New manager Jordan Nagelsmann, let's see what he does from Hansi Flick. And I still do believe this Bayern team on their day is one of the best teams in the world. If they can keep their players fit, man, they can do something very special. They can do something very special indeed. And I wouldn't count off Bayern Munich if I were you. You know. Group F, guys. Group F. Fourth in group, guys, is going to be really interesting. This is a really interesting group. I'm going to have as young boys, guys. Young boys, they obviously got some decent players. Obviously, Sabatru, U.S. men's national player. You have Nassimi, Eli, you know. And I just feel like for me, this young boys team, it's too difficult a group for them to do anything special. So I think they're finishing bottom. They're finishing bottom, guys. And let's see what they do. Let's see what they do indeed. Third in the group is a tough call. It's a tough call. It's basically between Villarreal and Atalanta for me. I'm going to say right now, guys, I'm going to say Villarreal gets third. I think Villarreal, for me, they'll get third. Unai Emery, man, let's see what he does. I feel like this is a good team, and I feel like they could do something special, but I just feel like, for me, Unai Emery will focus more on the other comps like La Liga and all that. And you know how Sevilla does if they go on to go third in the group and go on to win the next season's Europa League. I think that they might go ahead and try to do that kind of way. as Sevilla has always done it in the past historically. So yeah, I could see them doing it, man. You know, Pau Torres comes to mind, Jerome Moreno, Rulli Chukwueze, Jan Foyth, Mandy, Pereiro, Alberto Moreno, Alcacer, Pino. Then they obviously got the signing of, I forgot his name, Jan Foyth as well. They got that signing done. So yeah, let's see, man. Let's see what they can do, man. I think this is definitely a toss-up between them or Atalanta for the third spot. But right now, guys, I'm going to say Villarreal gets third. Okay. Second in the group I have is Atalanta. I feel like this Gasperini team is amazing, and I feel like this team is really good. Obviously, if Gossens that comes to mind, Zapata, Mahil, who had a really good solid Euros, Demiral, and then also Malinowski, Pessina, Marinchuk. And even though they did replace the goalkeeper Musso from Galini, I still do believe this Atalanta team is very good, and their attacking football is very, very good indeed. So yeah, I think they'll get second in the group, guys. And the first in the group, guys, it is Manchester United. Manchester United should top this group, guys. They have some insane players attacking-wise. We got Cristiano Ronaldo, I was going to say João Felix, Jadon Sancho, sorry about that. And then you have Paul Pogba, Rafael Varane, Edson Cavani, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Lingard, Greenwood, Martial, Van de Beek. It's a really good team, guys, on paper. And will United be able to do something special? Because I said before, guys, for United in particular, this is the type of team where they look really good, but they more often than not, they tend to underperform. They underperform, historically speaking. So let's see if they underperform this season or not. So, yeah, man, I think for me right now, guys, I think Manchester United will top this group. Okay? Group G, another interesting group indeed, another group of life, in my opinion. And then so let's go ahead and get started. So Group G, guys, I'm going to say bottom of the group is going to be Lille. Even though they did really well last season in League One, I still think this Lille team is struggling right now. You can see how much struggling they are in League One right now. And I just feel like for me, this Lille team isn't the same as last season. You know, they lost their manager. They lost Magnan as well. Yilmaz hasn't really been like great as recently. Renato Sanchez, Jonathan David, who's been really, really good for them. Yusuf Yazzie, Andrew Gomez. So, yeah, man, as I said, it's going to be disappointing. I hope they do well. I want them to get at least third in the group, man. But to be honest with you, with the way they're playing right now, with the way Yilmaz has been struggling, with the way the manager left and the new manager, man, there's a lot of uncertainty with Lille. So I think Lille, man, I hate to say this, but I think they're finishing bottom. They're finishing bottom, guys, of the group. Third in the group, guys, I have is RB Salzburg. This team is really, really good from Austria, guys. It's a really good pressing team. This is a good team that can cause a lot of issues. And I would keep an eye upon Ademi, one player that comes to mind, Aronson as well, Christensen as well. You have Philip Kahn as well. It's a really good team, guys. It's a really, really good team, guys. And I feel like this RB Salzburg team, given how open this group is, I think second is very doable for them. Second is very, very doable for them indeed. So we'll see what they do, man. We'll see what they do indeed. But for right now, guys, I'm saying they come in third. I just feel like the other teams, they have a little bit more in their attacking talents that'll carry them through. That's it, though. Don't write this team off. It's a very good team, guys. High pressing indeed. Can cause a lot of issues. Second in the group, guys, I have it as VfL Wolfsburg. This team is really, really good, guys. I really like the players of Weghorst. John Brooks comes to mind. Rosson. You have Phillips and Arnold. You have also Shagler, Mba, Boo. You know, it's a really good team, guys. It's a really, really good team, guys. And I think they can do something special. So, yeah, man, I think they'll get second in the group, guys. And then first in the group, guys, it is going to be Sevilla. Sevilla, man, this is the group that they should top. This is the group that they should top. As I said, Sevilla got some insane players. Obviously, got Jules Koundé, Eric Lamela, even Rakitic. Why is Chiro Immobile listed there? That's very, very odd. He is not a Sevilla player, by the way. You have Alejandro Gomez. You also have Yusuf Inaziri as well, Lo Campos as well. It's a really good team, guys, and I think Lopetegui is doing a great job with this team, guys. And I do think that they should top this group, to be honest with you. If they don't, I'll be very, very surprised. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why Sarabi is listed here as well. Dimitrovic. Why? Like, there's too many players for this one. This doesn't make sense. There's some players you should probably ignore, like Suso as well. Like, for these four players, I don't think they're not Sevilla players. I'm pretty sure. We went on to the final group, guys. It is the defending champions, guys. Chelsea, Juventus, Malmo is in it. I'm going to go with bottom of the group. It's going to be Malmo, guys. For me, Malmo, they got some decent players indeed. You obviously have Kolak that comes to mind. Penna as well. Christensen as well. I feel like this team from Sweden won't be able to do that well, guys. And I think they're going to come bottom of the group. I'm sorry to say this. Guys. Third in the group, I have Zenit St. Petersburg. Obviously, I would keep an eye upon Malcolm as well. It's probably one of the most notable. Artem Zhuba as well. Dejan Lovren, Wendell. So those players probably come to mind. Other than that, though, I think they'll probably get third. I think they'll probably get third, guys, and I think it's basically a battle between the top two. That first spot, which I'm going to go with and say right now, guys, I think Juventus is coming in second. Juventus is coming in second, guys. This Juventus team have been very, very underwhelming recently. And the Serie A, as of today, guys, they have not even won a game, guys. 2 losses and 1 draw. Obviously with the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, this team is going to really struggle a lot. Dybala, Chiesa, Locatelli, Moise Kean, Morata, Szczesny, McKennie, Chiellini, De Ligt, Bonucci. This team is just not looking that great, guys. This team isn't really looking great, and I think they'll get second in the group. They'll get second in the group, guys. But don't be surprised, man. But I feel like they might not. They might get third, guys. They might get third, but I'm going to say they get second. But if they get third, man, oh boy. I don't know what to say. Although they do have Allegri back in charge, so that could be perhaps a blessing in disguise. And obviously, we know he's a better manager than Pirlo. That's for sure. The first in the group, guys, it is Chelsea. Obviously, I think Chelsea will top this group. They are the best team in the world. They have probably the best squad depth in the world. Obviously, you have Lukaku that comes to mind, who's been doing really well. Just scored a brace against Aston Villa. Saul Niguez got a loan from Atletico Madrid. Kai Havertz, N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount. Mendy has been really good. Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Jorginho, Talabaha, Thiago Silva, Kepa, Reece James, Rudiger, Hudson-Odoi, Alonso. I'm just going to mention all the players. Kovacic, Azpilicueta, Ben Chilwell, Christensen, Loftus-Cheek. It's a really good team, guys. It's a really good team, guys. And I think Chelsea could go on a deep run and maybe defend their Champions League title. But to be honest with you, I don't think they'll defend their title, but I think they'll win a deep run. It's up for them to prove me wrong, though. So that's it for today, guys. Those are my Champions League predictions. I want you guys to comment down below what are your Champions League predictions, as well as make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and as well as make sure you guys check out my other platforms. Listen in the description below. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys there. Peace out.